I just got lucky enough. I take care of my grandparents' empty property. Got a vacant lot. I go over there and take care of it, so they ain't got to worry about it.
Mm.
Uh, Next to it is a house that somebody just moved in, but for years, man, there's been wild green onions growing in the back. I mean, like a big flock of them motherfuckers just sitting there growing, and people don't even know.
Wild green onions.
Yeah, I mean they great. Man, me and my girlfriend went in there and started cooking them. We got bags of those motherfuckers down there, and they
Well,
don't.
that's what do you call them? Annuals? You know,
Yeah,
because once they're down, they just come back every year. You ain't got to plant
right
no new
back,
seeds.
Yep.
right back up.
Man, that's
Mm-hmm.
dope.
You can
Yeah.
grow them in the house all year round, man. All you need is sunlight and some dirt.
You know, that's why, as a renewable rechargeable review, where I got my name, looking into renewable systems and looking at the wasted space we use front lawns and back lawns. Say,
Hmm.
yo, we need this fucking grass. Put a garden out there. You know what I mean? Put those greenhouses out there so we can grow our own food so we don't have to worry about food deserts or nutrition or going to the store and, and having to pay whatever price for whatever
$5 for a
GMOs
carton of eggs.
and pesticides and whatever the fuck they put in that shit that we don't know about
Right.
because we're hungry. So utilize what we have. And instead of going out cutting the grass, go out and tend your garden. And
Yeah,
then when that harvest comes in, you eat. You teach a man to fish or you give him a fish. You know what I'm saying? Grow your own shit if you have the opportunity. That's a big thing right there.
I'm glad you mentioned that, man, because
Sure, sure.
that's a all in all seriousness, man. I really wish, especially when you live in an urban community, I really
Hmm.
wish there was more people willing to set that tone and set that example, as
Yep.
I have in my community. When I came back to this community, it's rough. I live in the community. I'm not scared of nothing around here because I grew up in it. But I set a tone. I decided that I wanted to be part of a difference in the hood. And so, like when I first got here, man, it was jacked up around here. I had to do all kind of renovation. That's a whole other story for another day. But when I was done putting the house together and moving my girlfriend and her mother in and getting everything all set up, I decided to do some extra for her mother and plant a garden. And it was really just for her because she was going through Alzheimer's and dementia, and it was just for her to keep her mind in order. It was really relaxing and really good therapy for her. Just go out there and get her hands in the dirt, take her shoes and socks off, and just be it. Because when people get dementia and Alzheimer's, people's minds revert back to their childhood, and so they kind of become a kid again. And so that was really good for. I'll never forget how thoughts of her in that garden. But outside of that, it was great for the community to see the community, you looking at a neighborhood that, it's gunshots, gunplay going on all the time, to people seeing a home that has a garden in the backyard and it's really lit up. I put all kind of, you know, yard lights around here. It's really lit up around here. It looks really pretty just to show that you can be in the hood and make your shit look good. And next thing you know, I start seeing different people doing the same thing. And it
That's
just
what's up.
like dominoes down the block. So that's how you can be a difference in your community. It ain't always got to be something verbal. It ain't always got. It just do what you do and let.
Set an example.
That's right.
That's
You
my
be.
grandmother would tell me when we were growing up. Say we gonna be the example. She would have us
Hmm.
out there. She got like 3-4 gardens. My grandmother, 84 years old right now, man. She's still planting gardens. She got like 3 or 4 gardens. When we grew up, we only had one.
For her.
She still has all these gardens, and we cleaning up the neighborhood. Not just our yard. We're cleaning up to the left of us, to the right of us, and in front of us because but she say, that makes our house look bad when things aren't, clean and neat. It's like when people start seeing us clean up, then they'll start cleaning up. That's exactly what happened. That's
Well,
exactly what happens.
it's just sad that we're Chris is old enough, and I'm old enough
Your ass.
to that when we had morals, respect. We would look out for a neighbor if they were hungry. We could go to across the street, play with friends, and if we stepped out of line, our neighbors would get in that ass. Not in a bad way, but be able to
chastise
check the kid, chastise, be like, yo, you're doing wrong. And then they would tell your mama and daddy or your people. Yep. And then, so it was a community. But as, the pipeline from public school to prison, the crack shit, the babies having babies back in the 80s and 90s. And now we're here with all these feral children and nobody knows why. It's because we don't have the same old school, what do you call it, matriarchs or patriarchs who lived through things and are able to share their maturity. Now it's all about, trap houses and, WAP and, all this other out there shit. And if you try to, say, hey, maybe look at this, what's this doing to the kids? Oh, you just a hater. So, being, yeah, so be that example. Be that example.
Hey, Trip, you know what? Another thing I will add to that is that we usually, this year, we thought we were growing some extra, but some of our plants didn't come through. But we usually grow a whole bunch extra than we really need, so that when you see the little shorties coming through the alley, they'll probably be up to some bullshit. Hey, take this and give it to your mother. Take this home to your mother. Right. And then the mother comes by, hey, thank you for sending. Next thing you know, you just passing, free food around your whole neighborhood. And people started preaching, hey, I see you got the garden going. Can I get some green tomatoes? They doing it themselves. I love it, man.
Mm-hmm. That's what we got to do in everybody's community, not just black communities in the hood or the west side or the south side, but every place. Because, no matter where you're at, we're all in the same boat. We have to rely on grocery stores or, on butcher shops. We don't have all of the layout, but we have the space. We're just not utilizing it in a productive way.
And it doesn't take what Samuel was talking about, the trash. It doesn't take. These trash grabbers you can grab on at Amazon, man. Those with the trigger on it, you only have to reach all the way down, pick them up, give it to the little stories. Hey, do me a favor and go help this lady's yard. Go clean her yard up for me here, and they'll do it if you ask them the right way.
Right. Yep. Because nowadays everybody's so afraid of the kids, and afraid to say anything to anybody. So everybody's so fucking touchy. It's like, yo, just talk to people like they're people.
Yeah, it's real.
Everyone's
community.
Shorty says in the chat he's been watching Alone on the History Channel. Can you imagine killing and eating a squirrel to live? We ate squirrel like every other week. My brother go.
Squirrel is delicious.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, squirrel's real good.
Chris,
cook him with some nuts.
Chris lived in the back room on the Waltons, man.
We ate good too back here on the back 40.
Because my uncle, who was my babysitter, but uncle, he was from like Mississippi, and he would go down there and go hunting. And so he would bring back raccoon, squirrel, all those little game animals. And his wife, Aunt Bella, she'd clean them. I'm sitting there in the kitchen just watching, and then, freeze some, cook some different ways. But, it's just nature.
Yeah.
And, it sustained us.
Most game animals taste like what they eat. I mean, I spoke about eating groundhog, and people are disgusted. Groundhog is good meat. Right. And my folks came from the South. I've eaten groundhog before. It's a nice red meat, and it tastes good. That might disgust some people. Say what?
Come to my house and get these motherfuckers on out my yard.